2 in my series of recreating Pinterest makeup looks that I find that look interesting, challenging, creative, colors that I normally wouldn't go for, or color themes I wouldn't choose for myself. I decided to do this because I love challenging myself to makeup, and recently I've been getting really into challenging myself. If you haven't followed me on my makeup Instagram, it's at Makeup by Shawna 093, and you will see some of the creative looks I did throughout the months already, and you will see that I have been trying to challenge myself and trying to look for different looks that I normally wouldn't choose for myself, and it's definitely getting me to go through my makeup palettes to try to find similar shades, which that's the thing about this series, is that I'm totally glad that I'm not like overdoing myself while trying to find the exact colors. I'm just going with colors that look either similar or close to it and trying to recreate the look myself, which that's what I love about this series, is because not only am I going to be able to go through my palettes and definitely test out all my different palettes, because I do have palettes that I buy and they just sit there because I can't find any kind of looks to go with them, and so this is just what makes it so fun and challenging, and I'm just excited to do this for you guys. So the one that I found for today is this one right here. So as you guys can see, mine is a little bit darker and off, but also too, this person could have, added, vibrance or, photo effects, or, they could have also edited this picture. So this is how it looks. And you'll see throughout the video what palettes I use, things like that. If you want more in depth of what I used, you can go to my Instagram, my makeup Instagram. Again, it's Makeup by Shawna 093 to see all the details on everything I used on my face and also on my eyes. So again, I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. Also, I did post my TikTok video for the series, so that's gonna actually be like #1 for over there. So this series is going to be different from TikTok's, but it's still going to be Pinterest based. But with TikTok, you only get about 3 to 10 minutes. So this one is actually longer, and you guys get to see in depth of how I do it and all that stuff. So I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Definitely go check out my TikTok tutorial. I think I did amazing. I'm super proud of myself, and I cannot wait to do this next week for you guys. I'm going to be looking all this weekend for more looks to do during this series. Again, thank you guys so much for the support and the love, and let's get started with this tutorial, shall we? Again, all my disclaimers and all of our links are in the description. Guys, so here's the up close of that Pinterest picture, but anyways, I'm going in with my lotion that I use to moisturize my face. Also, make sure that your hands are washed. I always wash my hands before I do tutorials. Next, I'm going in with this brow bar for my brows, and I just love doing my brows, guys. Like, I used to have such a hard time doing my brows, but over the years, I've gotten a lot better with practice and time, also patience. So here I'm just filling them in, trying to make sure I don't add too much. Next, I'm going in with my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. Like I said in my last tutorial, you could definitely find a dupe of this at, the drugstore if you can't afford this one. I got this one complimentary for free from Influencer, so I'm just using it up. For the palettes, I'm using the Profusion Sun Kissed palette, and I'm going in with this like skin tone white undertone eyeshadow as a base on top of my eyeshadow primer, because my eyeshadow primer for some reason tends to be a little bit tacky on my skin, so I always like to use some sort of like a base eyeshadow, and I feel like this really just helps to also boost the colors. My next choice of palette was the Morphe X Lucky Charms palette. I am obsessed with this palette. I'm going in with their like light lime green into the upper crease. As you guys can see, she had like 4 different colors from what I could tell. So I'm going in the upper crease with that light lime green eyeshadow. Hers, I feel like, was a little bit lighter, but I'm just going with what I have and just blending that in windshield wiper motions. Trying not to blend too much, but you want to blend enough to where it doesn't have any harsh lines. Next choice of palette is the Pure Cosmetics My Little Pony palette, going in with this dark green into the inner crease. So I had a hard time finding a green that kind of matched hers. So I just went with what my, heart told me to go with. I thought this was really similar to that green. And so I'm just blending it into the crease, going a couple times. Now, I do want to say that this Pure Cosmetics palette is not one of my favorites. It definitely takes a lot to build up the shades. The shadows are not opaque by themselves. You definitely need a primer or like an eyeshadow base, and they have a lot of fallout, as you guys will see. Mika was talking to me while I was doing my makeup, so that's why you guys see my mouth going, and also I'm singing music and just having a good old time. I go back in with that Profusion Sun-Kissed palette, taking that, like, it's almost like a turquoise, like dark greenish blue shade. And this is kind of what she had on the outer part of her eye. And that is what I'm going in with, and just kind of blending that into the inner crease. And as you guys can see, I'm using my finger again. I do apologize. This palette also takes time to build up its shadows. I'm not flipping you guys off, I promise. I'm just trying to build up that shadow so we can depthen the crease and the outer V part. And as you can see, I was kind of struggling trying to get that shadow just to be more opaque. For some reason, it became more opaque on this side, but the other side, it was giving me such a hard time. Back in with this palette, I'm actually using the purple from this palette. So believe it or not, purple is my favorite color, and I seem to not have a lot of palettes that have purple, which is crazy to me because I love the shades of purple. Like, I love all shades of purple. So I thought this was as close as possible. Hers is more a little bit opaque. It's like a little bit more of a neon dark purple, if that makes sense. Like, the purple looks neon, but it's like a dark shade of purple. I mean, I kind of see it in mine as well, but it's not as opaque as hers. Again, she could have used like picture editor to brighten the colors. I'm not too for sure. But here I am going in, cleaning up that fallout. As you guys can see, there's tons of fallout. And I'm just using this brush. Believe it or not, in this clip, the brush actually broke on me. So Mika had to go in and tape it. I don't know if you guys can see the tape. Yeah, my brush broke, and this is my favorite brush. It's actually an eyeshadow blending brush, but I use it to, get that nice line for my eyeshadows, and I love using it. Also, thanks to Naruto, my beauty sponge is destroyed, so you guys won't be seeing my favorite beauty sponge. I'll be using a black one that I got from Shop Miss A. Not saying I don't like that one, I just prefer this one because this one's really, really good at holding a lot of water in, and I don't have to fill it up so much. So here I am just patting it in. Gosh, I'm gonna miss that sponge, guys. I got it from the dollar store. I'm pretty sure I could find another one, but here I am just cleaning up all that mess and going in, making sure it's all looking nice. And guys, I can tell you one thing: if you have dry skin, I really recommend getting a beauty blender or a beauty sponge and damping it. It changes my life. It'll change your life for sure. Here I am going on the lower lash line. So for her, I saw that she used purple on the inner, and then she used the turquoise color on the outer part of her lower lash line. I was having a little bit of trouble with this. I'm not really good at mixing two colors on my lower lash line. I always feel like I add too much of one or not enough of the other. But as you guys can see, I finally get the hang of it and it comes out perfect. This is what I love about this series, is like I'm challenging myself to try things that I normally wouldn't do. And I just love doing it. It's fun. And I go back in with that foundation to clear up underneath the eyes. I feel like I was taking it too far down, so I just used some more of my foundation to clear up anything that may have fallen out, as well as clearing up that area so it's not too far down and it looks just about right. I'm going now to curl my lashes and put mascara and to put my lashes. So the mascara that I've been loving lately is this one called Lash Paradise. I believe it's by L'Oreal, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check for you guys. My makeup is literally in my face anyways. Yes, it's by L'Oreal, and it's in Blackest Black. It's definitely been one of my go-to like mascaras. I really like it, and it gets my little lashes up. Not as good as I was hoping, but it makes them look nice overall. And here I am just applying and applying a couple coats, just making sure that my lashes are sticking up a little bit. Then I'm going in with my Dye Silk lashes and my Kiss Lash Glue. I love this glue so much, and I'm just applying it. She didn't have any liner on the top of her line, so I'm just using the lashes. And I should have added a little bit of black because you can kind of see that they're lashes, but you can't really tell in the pictures, so we just won't tell anyone. And now we're doing the other eye. I don't like doing both on the same time because like my hands are really shaky. And so I try to like calm down, and then I go to the next eye. Not as in like calm down as in like I'm mad or anything. My hands just shake so much. So here I am just trying to get it. It was giving me a hard time. As you guys can see, at least the corner was giving me a hard time. But then I finally got it, and it looks amazing. I'm freaking loving this eye look. I think it's so beautiful. Did y'all like jamming out with me? I love jamming out with y'all. So here I am applying mascara to my lower lash line, and I'm just applying it as good as I can. So my lower lashes are also pretty crappy too. It takes a lot to build them up, so I try not to stay too long with you guys. I actually get off camera here and do more because I feel like it wasn't enough, but yeah. Next, I'm going in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette. My freaking sister-in-law gave this to me for Christmas last year, and I almost cried actually. And I was so excited to get this palette. I love this highlights in there. They are so pigmented and opaque. I mean, just look at that. It is so freaking beautiful. And I'm going in with my fingers, guys. That's why I always tell you guys to wash your hands, because sometimes you just need your fingers. So here I am showing you guys me about to start doing my foundation. My eyes are complete. She also didn't have any liner on the waterline, so I thought that was pretty cool. I need to start getting used to not wanting liners so much because I'm so used to my cat line, you know, my cat eyeliner. Like the winged eye, if that makes sense. I don't know, there's different terms for it and different ways of saying things, but I felt naked without it, and now that I'm trying these looks and stuff like that, I feel like I rock with even without it. So, you know, I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this series because it's getting me out of my comfort zone, and it's also getting me to explore different makeup looks. You know, makeup is a form of art. I tell people that all the time. Don't see it as like, oh, you're trying to make yourself more beautiful, because everyone's beautiful in their own way. I use makeup as a form of art, as a way to escape reality, and it just like helps me to be creative and stuff. Because Micah, he's the drawer, and I'm like a writer, but writing gets sometimes hard, and sometimes it's hard for me to write too because I get so like caught up in the moment. And so this is also another form of art that I'm good at, and I just love doing it. And I tell people to see it as art and see it as like your face is the canvas and you're painting your face. You know, I think that's the funnest thing about it, is you can be creative and be stylish and do it all your way, and you don't have to, you know, I don't know. You don't have to be what everyone else expects you to be. You know what I'm saying? It's for you to be able to be creative and stuff. So that's why I love doing it. And here I am just laughing at Micah because I think he was talking to me about something. I don't know. Like, I get distracted when I do these too. That's why I do voiceovers, because y'all will be hearing some conversations that shouldn't be on camera sometimes. So, yeah. For bronzer, I'm going in with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And guys, I have been loving doing my bronzer recently. I used to not do it, and now that I'm getting the hang of it, I'm obsessed with doing my bronzer. Like, I feel like I can't leave the house now without it. And here I am just applying it and building it up. I will be blending it out later on. You guys will see that. But right now I'm just building it up to what I like and just patting it in. That's what I found out from a TikTok video. I can't remember the girl's name, but she said that it's better to pat in your bronzer because it won't make a harsh line. I used to get really bad harsh lines when I would do my bronzer because I would rub it in, and so it would show like a streak of line, like a line, and it would not blend. So now that I'm patting it into my skin and I found that TikTok video, it has saved me so much. For blush, I'm going in with Tarte's Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Memorable, and this is just one of my favorite blushes, and also I'm doing the pat technique just as I did for the bronzer. Well, I was in a good mood today, so you guys got me jamming out a couple of times. I hope you like those little sneak peeks of me jamming out. I wanted to add those in there just so I could, have some fun with you guys and not be so serious all the time. So I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette again and using that top highlight. Guys, this palette is forever my favorite highlighting palette. I love it so, so much. And the colors are just so pigmented, opaque, and they just look nice on the skin. So here I am blending it out. Like I told you guys, I was going to go back in and blend everything together. For the lips, I'm going in with this Steve Laurent lip liner in Vogue and this CoverGirl lipstick in Saute something. Let me see the name. It's called, Sultry Sienna 250. And here I am just applying it all over my lips and on top of that lip liner. Actually, that last part was for this part. I'm basically telling you I'm applying that lipstick on top of the lip liner. And I think it looks good together. For the last part, which I didn't show in my last tutorial, I forgot to, but I used the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I think it looks amazing. And here's the finished look. I hope you guys like these pictures of me that I included. This is how it looked on me. I think it came out amazing, and I hope you guys are enjoying these series. All right, bye guys. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun.